artificial intelligence. Hi, I want to tell you about Globant Enterprise AI, the platform we started to create a year and a half ago so that our community can acquire and start using generative artificial intelligence in their organizations. Before I begin the presentation, I would like to outline what I hope to achieve. It would be greatly appreciated if you could continue to brainstorm potential use cases specific to your organization, scenarios where incorporating them can lead to increased productivity and efficiency enhancements. Now let's see, why did we create the platform? When the first large language models emerged, particularly those from OpenAI, we saw that this technology had transformative power, much like electricity and the internet did 30 years ago, to profoundly impact society. So we quickly set to work creating a platform that would simplify the adoption of this technology. True to our history at GeneXus, we work to simplify, in this case, not the development of programs such as GeneXus low-code, in this case, the development of assistants and agents powered by generative artificial intelligence. We believe that the platform can serve as a strong foundation for implementing a successful generative artificial intelligence strategy. True to the values of GeneXus, Globant Enterprise AI is technology agnostic and vendor independent, enabling our community to select from a diverse range of large language models without being bound to any particular vendor or technology. And that is going to be bigger and bigger because we see that every day, every week, new models, new vendors are emerging, new models with fine-tuning, and we believe that being agnostic is a great value that we are giving to our community. Now let's understand the platform in context. By utilizing the platform, we are able to detach ourselves from the AI Foundation's fundamental components, such as models and vector databases. Moreover, we can seamlessly incorporate these elements at an accelerated pace. Whenever we define an assistant, we have the flexibility to choose the desired model. The platform can be easily deployed on any cloud provider such as Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud Platform. We aim to provide compatibility with our customers' preferred cloud infrastructure options. This, in addition to the fact that we can consume the models within the clouds themselves, gives us a very important security when creating these assistants and these solutions based on generative artificial intelligence. As an instance, let's consider Azure as an example. We can effectively implement the platform and leverage the OpenAI models contained within Azure. Additionally, we can utilize Search AI, which is the vector database proposed by Azure. In order to enhance the security of our processes, we can store both the documents and databases within the same environment. This comprehensive solution will not only provide additional value, but also ensure optimal protection for our data. From a security perspective, the platform offers substantial benefits, ensuring robust data protection and compliance. Additionally, it provides valuable insights for cost observability, allowing us to track and manage expenses across multiple projects, organizations, and assistants within the system. FinOps features also enable us to review and analyze user requests, identifying the most frequently used assistants and common queries. This data helps us optimize resources, improve user experience, and better understand trends in user needs and behaviors. As organizations collect various types of data, such as databases, APIs, and documents, our platform allows for efficient consumption of all these sources to rapidly generate solutions. This integrated approach accelerates the development of solutions using generative artificial intelligence, serving as a valuable tool in achieving your desired outcomes. And well, as we move forward on the platform, what do we receive? There are various types of assistants available, and now we'll delve into each one of them to provide more detailed information. These assistants will enable us to address different needs and enhance the efficiency of our organization. Let's first examine the assistants that are pre-configured and significantly accelerate this process. We can start by discussing one of our pre-configured assistants, which is highly powerful and allows us to interact directly with a large language model. By connecting to various available LLMs, whether from Google, OpenAI, Llama, or other providers, we can engage with them securely. Unlike other platforms, ours ensures privacy by restricting communication exclusively through the API, especially when offered in SaaS mode. This setup prevents providers from accessing our data or using private information to train future versions of their models, enhancing both security and control over data. Additionally, the platform's security layers maintain compliance with data protection regulations, and the assistant's functionality can be tailored to limit exposure to sensitive content. This gives users a reliable way to leverage LLMs without sacrificing data privacy. So we already have a strong differentiating value, security and its use. Additionally, There is the advantage of being exempt from user fees for this chat functionality. Furthermore, we have the opportunity to experiment, swap, and evaluate various models to assess their effectiveness with one another. With the advancements in AI models, you'll know that they are now multimodal, and our platform harnesses this capability. This opens up a vast array of possibilities for diverse use cases, from large-scale solutions to smaller, focused applications. For instance, we can upload books and have the assistant summarize them, creating rapid insights from extensive material. Additionally, the platform allows for the comparison of various legal contracts or regulations, with the assistant highlighting key differences for quick analysis. Beyond text, the platform supports multimedia inputs, such as images, which the assistant can analyze and describe. Audio files can be uploaded for transcription or translation, and even video files can be processed to generate transcriptions or concise summaries of their content. The potential for practical use cases is nearly endless. Once the platform is set up, these features are readily available for immediate use, and the onboarding process is fast and seamless. Moving forward, we can also introduce additional assistants, like one for document-based chat, which allows users to interact with specific documents directly. The platform employs techniques like retrieval augmented generation, a powerful prompting method that enhances the utility and precision of these interactions, creating a robust environment for integrating AI into everyday tasks. This capability allows us to work with extensive document collections, hundreds of documents, or even gigabytes of data by ingesting them from their original repositories into our platform. Once integrated, we can interact with the documents using LLM power combined with their specific context. This unlocks a variety of use cases, from detailed data analysis to content extraction, making it possible to derive insights and engage deeply with the information stored within these large document sets. For example, law firms can use it to manage extensive internal documents and memos, enhancing organization and accessibility. Similarly, call centers benefit by allowing agents to respond more quickly to incoming questions, streamlining the customer support process, and improving response times. The assistants have the ability to guide you through manuals and internal company information to provide faster answers, along with a multitude of similar situations. All organizations have a lot of text. This is the ideal assistant to exploit them and to be able to make more productive those documents, that data. Definitely in Sophia's presentation, you can witness the achievements we have accomplished up to this point. An example of such success is the Inter-American Development Bank, which represents a prototype of this type that I previously mentioned. Let's now proceed to the next one. Interacting with APIs. Today, as you know, there are many APIs. We have within the organization, we have also from external sites. Well, we have a pre-configured wizard that allows us to define an API, one that has to do with OpenAPI. Define an API that must adhere to the OpenAPI 3.0 protocol on our platform. Specify the prompts and rules that are essential for interacting with the API. This assistant enables us to interact with an external site, a function particularly useful for financial departments that deal with numerous regulatory bodies, such as central banks and other financial authorities. This setup helps streamline communication with these institutions while maintaining compliance and security standards. These types of assistants are specifically designed to always ensure that the most up-to-date and current information is readily available. Additionally, they enable users to access this information at a faster and more efficient pace. Such regulations and rules are for users to quickly find the information they need semantically on those sites. The purpose of the LLM is to translate the user's intention in this situation, choose the best method to use the API, invoke it, and thus elaborate a response. This assistant is also designed to interact now not with an API, but with a relational database. As you may be aware, many organizations possess several kinds of databases, such as relational databases. It is worth noting that we offer compatibility for all standardized relational databases that abide by the principles of third normal form. We can connect to it and make natural language queries to access the data we need, streamlining the retrieval process significantly. When consulting with professionals in systems management, we found that many departments, including sales, frequently request customized reports. These requests often come with tight deadlines and require immediate attention, placing additional demands on system teams to deliver data insights quickly and efficiently. By utilizing this tool, we can enable individuals to independently produce their own reports without any limitations. Why? Because they have to interact simply in natural language. For example, ask for last year's sales, for this month, for this product, for this customer. We can see different types of information in bar charts, in timelines, in tables. This really gives a lot of power to the non-technical end user to be able to generate his own queries in natural language. Here, In order to comprehend the user's intention and retrieve the corresponding data from the database, the LLM is utilized to generate the SQL statement that will generate a response to the end user. Let's move on to the next item. This assistant is relatively new as it was released on the platform only a couple of weeks ago. Now, we are discussing the creation of agentic flows, a feature that significantly enhances the user experience by providing tremendous power. This flows creator enables us to seamlessly chain together all the previously mentioned assistants we've developed, allowing us to tackle more complex challenges effectively. As you can see on the screen, this feature provides a straightforward and visual interface for linking different assistants, which enriches the conversation and enhances the responses delivered to the end user. By integrating various types of assistants, we can ensure more accurate and tailored answers, regardless of how the user phrases their inquiry. For example, if a user seeks specific information contained within a document, we can utilize the RAG assistant to retrieve and process that information efficiently. But if the user is asking for a specific piece of information in that database, we can respond with a graph and elaborate an answer more in line with the user's question. What this allows us to do is to have much richer experiences with our end users. Prior to the existence of this module, we typically accomplished this task via programming, a process that required a significantly greater amount of effort to ensure accessibility. This also brought another possibility that is very powerful and is very rich actually, which is the possibility to integrate it through configuration, making a few clicks with Teams, Slack, and WhatsApp. All the agents that we saw before, or even these flows of assistance, we will be able to make them available on these platforms that I mentioned before, thus allowing a sales team to interact with an assistant from their WhatsApp while visiting customers. They can avoid the need for logging into a corporate website or the company intranet to use the assistant, for instance. Let's move on to what is coming in the platform. Here in the short-term roadmap, we are going to have different modules that we will be launching in the platform. I don't want to go too much into detail with this, but keep in mind that in a short time you will start hearing about the evaluation module. It will help us to be able to see the different versions of the assistants that we have been testing and creating, to see which ones give better results, which ones respond with the tone that we find most interesting. There you will see that we are talking about the golden dataset. This is the dataset that really makes the assistant behave the way we want it to. Nowadays, we normally do this much more manually. What this module is going to add is the ability to automate it a lot. The guardrails function filters the inputs and outputs of assistants to enhance security. This prevents misuse by ensuring that they do not generate unwanted content, particularly on sensitive topics like politics or religion. Implementing these guardrails helps organizations maintain control over the interactions produced by the assistants, creating a safer environment and protecting users from controversial discussions. And the last point, as you can see, is fine-tuning. As you may be aware, our current platform lacks the ability to perform fine-tuning. Typically, we rely on the vendor-provided LLM. However, we are currently investigating certain scenarios in which they can be useful in order to define which capabilities we can integrate into the platform to bring this possibility to our community. Now for the latest news. To sum up what we've discussed, I mentioned the various types of assistants. We then explored the idea of linking them together in a sequence, and now we have a new development, the option to create an agent. But first, what exactly is an agent? Think of it this way. An assistant performs a specific task based on clear instructions. For example, when you instruct it to retrieve certain data from a database, the assistant quickly formulates a SQL statement, processes the query, and delivers the results to you. In contrast, an agent has the capability to take on more complex responsibilities, adapting and responding to various needs as they arise. By utilizing an assistant flow, as we were seeing, what we can do is create solutions to more complex problems because we can integrate different types of assistants. And then we have the agent, which is like a wizard, but with more tools and more autonomy. As I was saying, an agent will be able to solve certain tasks that are much more complex tasks. How? Well, the user will give him the task to accomplish. The agent will possess the independence to break it down into smaller tasks and arrange them in a manner of his choosing. It will utilize various tools that we have provided to aid in this process. What are some examples of these tools? They include accessing the web, using a calculator for complex calculations, and utilizing other assistants defined in our platform. Some other examples include using translation assistants or using a RAG assistant with documents. The agent will determine when it utilizes these tools and the order in which it carries out the tasks to accomplish the larger task, which is defined by the user and is a more intricate task. In order to simplify this concept, I would like to provide you with an example. Suppose the task I want to propose to an agent is, I want a weekly planning, I want to eat healthier, and I want a weekly planning of shopping list and recipes. So, that's the complex task that I propose to the agent. What comes next is, well, it's going to create a work plan and sequence it into different tasks. One task might be to connect on the web to the World Health Organization site and understand what is healthy eating, how many calories, how many ingredients, nutrients are necessary to eat healthy. Once you have that, for example, based on that, you could choose a list of ingredients that provide those nutrients that we were talking about. After that, you could connect to a RAG assistant, for example, that has thousands of recipes, and think of recipes with those ingredients that have the values that are healthy, as we asked before. And at the end, you could give us a table with the recipes for each day of the week and the purchases needed to make those recipes. Well, I hope that this example has been clear to try to express what we see, what we mean when we talk about an agent. All this preamble of what is an agent is to tell you that we are creating an agent studio within the platform. We are going to have a module that will allow you to create this type of agents that I mentioned. There, in this studio that you are seeing on the screen, we are going to be able to define the agents, what tasks they can solve, what business processes they could create or interact with, or without human intervention, which tools are available to them, which ones are not, and well, we will even be able to test how they work and at the end publish them if that is what we want. This will also be available in a few weeks on the platform, so stay tuned. To sum up, you know that this technology, generative artificial intelligence, is dynamic and is changing faster and faster. You will see that every week new models, new providers are emerging, and today more than ever, having a future-proof platform to be able to create these solutions is really relevant. A platform that is resilient to the change and dynamism that this technology brings. To give you an idea, we are releasing different upgrades on the platform every month due to the dynamism of this technology. We invite you to join the generative artificial intelligence revolution while retaining the independence to choose between various models, providers, and platforms for hosting your solutions. This flexibility empowers you to maintain complete control over both cost and security, which is a priority for us as we serve our community. As I conclude, I want to share a recurring concern I've encountered in discussions with clients: the unease and hesitation surrounding investments in this rapidly evolving technology. Many are unsure about how these systems will respond and often lack clarity on the behavior of the assistants we create or the suitability of the documents used. I want to take a moment to emphasize the potential risks of not investing in this transformative technology. Consider the relevance of your organization in 5 years if you overlook the advancements in generative AI. The landscape is rapidly evolving, and those who fail to adapt may find themselves outpaced by competitors who leverage these innovative solutions. I encourage you to reflect on this critical juncture and the opportunities it presents for growth and improvement. Thank you all for your attention.